Welcome to Daily English Room. Today's topic is hometown. Where is your hometown?
I'm from Salvador, in Bahia, Brazil. It's a vibrant coastal city known for its rich Afro-Brazilian culture and amazing food scene.
How long have you lived there?
I grew up there and lived there until I was 28, so about 7 years ago. Even though I work in Sao Paulo now, I go back several times a year to visit family and get culinary inspiration.
What do you like most about your hometown?
The food culture is incredible. The mix of African, Portuguese, and indigenous influences has created unique flavors you can't find anywhere else. Also, the warmth of the people and our festive atmosphere make it special.
Has your hometown changed much since you were a child?
The city has modernized quite a bit, especially the restaurant scene. We've seen more international influences in recent years, but thankfully, the historic Pelourinho district and our traditional food culture remain well preserved.
What do visitors, tourists like about your hometown?
Tourists love our historic center with its colorful colonial buildings, the beautiful beaches, and of course, our local cuisine. The carnival here is also famous. It's different from Rio's, more street style and participatory.
What's the most unique tradition or festival in your hometown?
Salvador's carnival is world famous. It's completely different from Rio's. We have these massive trios elétricos, trucks with bands playing on top, parading through the streets, playing exe music. As a chef, I love how the festival brings together our Afro-Brazilian culture, especially in the traditional foods we serve, like acarajé and vatapa.
What's the biggest challenge someone might face when moving to your hometown?
Salvador has this unique rhythm that takes time to understand. The biggest challenge might be adjusting to our more relaxed pace of life, especially if you're from a big business city. Also, while our Bahia Portuguese is beautiful, it's quite different from standard Brazilian Portuguese, which can be challenging even for other Brazilians.
What's a common misconception people have about your hometown?
People sometimes think Salvador is just beaches and parties. Yes, we have those, but we're also Brazil's first capital with incredible historical importance. Our city is a major center of Afro-Brazilian culture and education. The way we preserve African traditions here is unique in Brazil.
How do local people typically spend their weekends in your hometown?
Salvador comes alive on weekends. Many locals start their day at Porto da Barra Beach. Later, you'll find people in Pelourinho, enjoying live music and capoeira performances. Sunday is special because of our famous acarajé street food and the drum circles at DK do Terroro.
What's a local food specialty that visitors must try? Where's the best place to get it?
In Salvador, you absolutely must try moqueca, our fish stew cooked in clay pots with coconut milk and dend oil. The best place is Dona Mariquita in Rio Vermelho neighborhood. They've been making it the traditional Bahian way for generations. Also, try their acarajé. It's a black-eyed pea fritter that's iconic here.
How has the younger generation influenced your hometown in recent years?
Salvador's youth are really embracing and modernizing our Afro-Brazilian heritage. They're creating fusion music combining traditional Bahian rhythms with electronic music, opening sustainable restaurants that reimagine traditional recipes, and using street art to tell our city's stories.
If you could change one thing about your hometown, what would it be?
I'd address the income inequality in Salvador. The contrast between different neighborhoods is too stark. I'd love to see more investment in education and job training programs, especially in our peripheral communities. Our cultural richness comes from all communities, so everyone deserves equal opportunities.
How do you think climate change is affecting your hometown?
In Salvador, we're noticing stronger storms and coastal erosion affecting our beaches. The changing weather patterns also impact our traditional fishing communities. However, this has led to more environmental awareness. Many local restaurants now focus on sustainable seafood and reducing waste.
What makes you most proud of your hometown?
I'm most proud of Salvador's cultural resilience. We've preserved our African heritage despite historical challenges. The way our music, dance, food, and religious traditions have stayed alive and even influenced Brazilian culture as a whole. That's something special. You can feel this energy everywhere, from our capoeira circles to our community festivals.
How do seasonal changes affect daily life in your hometown?
In Salvador, our seasons are more about rain than temperature. During the rainy season from April to June, afternoon showers are so predictable that people plan their days around them. The summer, from December to February, brings the peak of tourism and our famous carnival. That's when the whole city transforms into one big celebration.
How has digital technology changed life in your hometown in the last 5 years?
In Salvador, digital payment apps have made life easier, especially for small businesses. Our famous Acarajé sellers now accept Pix payments. Social media has also helped preserve our cultural heritage. Young people share videos of capoeira and candomblé ceremonies, keeping traditions alive while reaching global audiences.
What's a local legend or story that everyone in your hometown knows?
In Salvador, we have the legend of the Igreja do Bonfim's ribbons. It's said that when you tie the ribbon around your wrist and make a wish, it will come true when the ribbon naturally falls off. But you must tie 3 knots and make a wish at each knot. These ribbons have become a symbol of our city's faith and hope.
What's a common job or career in your hometown that might surprise outsiders?
In Salvador, we have professional, Dend oil sommeliers. Dend is our traditional palm oil, and these experts can identify its quality, origin, and best culinary uses just by smell and taste. We also have carnival choreographers, who work year-round planning the next year's performances.
How do people in your hometown typically celebrate important life events, weddings, graduations, etc.?
In Salvador, we celebrate life events with lots of music and dance. Weddings often feature both Catholic ceremonies and candomblé blessings. We always have traditional Bahian food and samba reggae bands. For graduations, families often organize street parties where the whole neighborhood joins in.
What's a local custom or habit that visitors often find surprising?
In Salvador, visitors are often surprised when strangers greet each other with a kiss on the cheek. It's just our way. Also, our concept of time is very flexible. If someone says they'll meet you at 2 p.m., they might show up at 3, and that's perfectly normal. We call it Bahian time.
How has your hometown influenced your career choice?
Salvador's rich culinary heritage definitely influenced my becoming a chef. I grew up watching my grandmother cook traditional Bahian dishes, understanding how African, Portuguese, and indigenous influences created our unique cuisine. The way food brings people together here inspired me to make it my profession.
What's the best time of year to visit your hometown?
For Salvador, come between December and March. Yes, it's high season, but there's a reason: perfect beach weather, and it's carnival time. The city is most alive then, with street performances everywhere. If you want a quieter visit, September is also great, still sunny but fewer tourists, and you can really experience local life.
What's a hidden gem in your hometown that most tourists miss?
Everyone knows about Pelourinho, but few visitors discover the Solar do Unhao, an old sugar mill converted into an art museum. It has amazing sunset views over the bay, and on Saturday nights, there are incredible jazz sessions where local musicians blend jazz with Bahian rhythms. The wooden architecture itself tells the story of our colonial past.
How do locals deal with tourism in your hometown?
Salvador locals have this beautiful way of including tourists in our culture rather than treating them as outsiders. We invite them to join our street parties, teach them basic samba steps. Of course, the tourist areas can get crowded, but we have our hidden spots. Many families actually host cultural workshops in their homes now.
What's a current challenge your hometown is facing, and how are people working to solve it?
Salvador faces inequality and youth unemployment. But there's hope. We're seeing community initiatives like free coding schools in lower-income neighborhoods, and restaurants like mine partner with local schools for culinary training programs. There's also a movement to create tourist experiences in different neighborhoods to spread economic benefits.
What's a local tradition that's in danger of disappearing, and how are people trying to preserve it?
In Salvador, traditional capoeira schools are struggling as young people prefer modern gyms. But we're seeing a revival through education. Several public schools now include capoeira in their physical education programs. Some masters have also started combining it with youth mentorship programs, teaching both the martial art and its historical significance.
Would you recommend your hometown to someone looking to move there?
Definitely, especially for people who enjoy a laid-back lifestyle and rich culture. The cost of living is lower than in Sao Paulo or Rio, and the quality of life is great. Just be prepared for a slower pace and hot weather year-round.
That's all for today's daily English room conversation practice. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed this video, like, leave a comment, and hit the subscribe button. See you next time.